All right, so welcome to another video from the chart reader. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. It is the easiest way to get all my video updates. And man, I sincerely appreciate all the time and people. Like, I had some videos, I was literally not even getting 10 views, and I had two videos crack 100. So I appreciate the time, and I hope you're learning. So look, this video is, in my opinion, the most important video I make. Unfortunately, it doesn't get that many views, so I went from daily to weekly. But I can't stress enough, you need to understand how the markets are doing before you put any of your money in the market, right? If the markets are going down, don't put your money in the market, right? Now, if you're a long-term trader, believe me when I say don't worry about this, right? But if you're an intraday trader, if you're a swing trader, weekly, monthly, whatever, if you're anything short term, and long term really means years, right? You need to know what the market looks like, and that's the point of this video. So we're going to do like we always do. We're going to start with the NASDAQ, and then we'll make our way to the SP and the Dow. We're going to look at the daily and the weekly. We'll use the moving averages and then the support and resistance lines that I draw, and then use these lower indicators as backup. The exact same thing we do on stocks, we do on the major markets, and vice versa, right? So where are we at? Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a very beautiful July, right? I mean, I mentioned this on the last video as well. I mean, we chugged along. We smashed the 20, we smashed the 50. Man, we smashed the 100, and this monster, this break right here is really where, I'll be sincere with you, I made a good amount of money once we broke 1225. That's pretty much when I put most of my money in. I got a little lucky. I took a gamble on this 50 break. You can see there was a couple moments where it was a little scary, but at least we stayed on the 50. But really, overall, once we broke this 225, I've always said I really like my lines, right? I hope you guys are seeing the power of them. But yeah, that was good for me. So what happened, right? We hit another line. So this 13, look, if that line was to break, we would have ran to the 200, right? And I've said it often, 200 is the last one for a reason, right? But it does look like we hit this, I think on Wednesday. When was it? The 16th. I'm not going to lie. I don't know which day the 16th was. But we actually broke it. Looked like we had confirmation, but I've mentioned the shape before. So I don't trade based on candle shapes. But this right here is a doji, and that's almost as classic a doji as it gets, right? You have a wick up, almost an even wick down, and then a small body in the middle. And what that basically means is uncertainty, right? Some people thought it was going to fly, keep going. Some people thought it was going to crash. It kind of ended where it started, right? That's uncertainty. And that's not a real confirmation of a break, right? And the uncertainty clearly failed the last 3 days, right? Right now, look at where we're at, people. We're under the 8. Hopefully, this 20 stops us. But I'll be real honest with you. I see us coming down to this 1225 line really because, look, I've said this on a number of videos. You break an important line, you tend to come back down, and hopefully you bounce from it, right? It's a very common thing that happens. We broke this 100 and really haven't come down to test it at all yet, right? So hopefully all we're doing is a combination of two things. Reconfirming this 100 and kind of bouncing in this channel right here. Remember, a channel is two horizontal lines that I draw. So overall, though, look, it seems like the daily might be a little ugly, right? We can even see it right here. Our RSI got really high, people. We got to 85. So I was mentioning a cool down on a couple of my, videos and stuff, but we're starting to get close to maybe a little bit of worry, right? So hopefully we don't go much lower on the RSI than 45. For sure, no much lower than 30, right? Because I always say 30 to 80 is that number, but yeah, again, just looking on the daily, I could see us, hopefully this 200, what's the 200 sitting at? So hopefully 12.5, no. Yeah, really? Yeah, that's right. Sorry, 12.5 and then 12.25. I was like, wait, how are they the same numbers? Hopefully 12.5 saves us, if not maybe 12.25. Let's take a look at the weekly. Again, that's an ugly weekly, right? Because, we basically landed right at the line. I actually remember being a little confident and thinking that this week was going to be okay. I thought we might have gone through this line and stumbled here is what I thought, because you have two moving averages plus a line. But really, it looks like this line was pretty key. So the fact that this week pretty much stole every single is it almost to the dollar? I mean, it's a little lower, but you'll see like all that gain from last week just went away this week, right? So not looking good. And again, we break the 20, hopefully come down and then shoot back up, right? But the last thing I want to show, because again, I just extra shows, wow, that was not said well, but it magnifies the importance of this line. That's an educated sentence. We are literally sitting on the downtrend, right? It actually looks like we broke it because look, this is a confirmed week. These are confirmed weeks. This is pretty much happening, right? So it looked like we wanted to break the line and then clearly failed it. This is the downtrend. If we broke this, we fly, right? It is what it is. And I mentioned it might happen something like this where it looks like and then we get slapped down. Hopefully we don't slap down, right? I want to get caught at 1225 and go back up. That's the goal. But again, I'm more than ready if it fails, right? So, and again, this is why you have to look at these every day. So, ooh, excuse me. I think that's a good view of the NASDAQ. So let's move over. But again, one more time for emphasis. Watch 12,500, which is basically the 20. For sure, watch 12,250. If we lose 250, man, we're going to lose 1,200 and come back down to this 11, right? And I've joked that this death line, I was calling this a death line back in the day. This is ancient history now, right? So don't get caught up in the hype of this uptrend and make sure we don't. Let's just see what this uptrend looks like, right? So again, there was one that was here. There was clearly one that was here. Yeah, now again, I don't know if we're on our way here, right? So let's watch these people. Let's watch these. I mean, again, these indicators don't look great, right? That's pretty ugly. You can see the green is coming. Yeah, I do think we're going to see some trouble on the NASDAQ. So hopefully it's just a cool down more than it is anything to worry about. The SP-500, ladies and gentlemen, almost identical to the NASDAQ, okay? I didn't look at this chart before. Again, you should know most of these videos are completely unscripted. I don't practice these. I just kind of remember. And some of them I just look at and I know, right? Because again, I promise you guys, I know what the major markets look like more than I know what every ticker on those, the industry views that I do is, right? I know how these markets are doing because, again, I don't move my money unless the markets say, hey, now's a good time to move your money, right? So, again, this was the confirmed downtrend, right? The SP wasn't as close to hitting it, but it wasn't that far. And look, it literally hit the 200 as well as our line, right? So a lot was happening on the SP, and really the chart is almost identical to the NASDAQ. And I mentioned that on last week's video as well. But look, literally the line was the last green candle point. Looks like it was just a little over the line, but whatever. And the 200 almost to the penny was that. And remember, these lines are computer generated. I have no idea the math behind it, right? These lines are just me doing my thing, right? And you've seen a number of videos where I've made these. So, yeah. But again, we're in this channel. It looks like we might do this 100 dance, hopefully bounce up, not lose this channel. That more than anything, back to the NASDAQ and that 12,225, right? I don't want to lose this 3982, right? Don't lose my channel. Let's use the moving averages and hopefully stay in these upper channels. Again, these don't look great either, right? This is definitely sloping down while this is not as hard. And it seems like the green might be, it's still on top, but yeah, it looks like it's ready to go under. And look, again, we are under the 8, people. Rule number 1 is essentially make sure you're over the 8, right? So be careful. Be careful, especially I think the early days. The weekly doesn't look as ugly. That's at least good. Again, it looks like the wick tried to make a play to the 50, tried to at least break this 330. But yeah, we're kind of sitting above 50% candle, which I like. But yeah, it seems like if the NASDAQ goes down, because again, I'm going to go back to the NASDAQ real quick. I don't remember the NASDAQ. That this weekly looks a lot uglier, right? This is an almost consumed candle. That RSI kind of looks like it's doing more of a downward thing. SP-500 wasn't as ugly per se, but remember, one will carry the other generally, right? So this looks like a better MACD, I will say, but again, this RSI doesn't look great, and though we're over 50% candle, it's not like we're a lot over 50% candle, right? So again, still a general concern looking at two of the three, right? And then the DJ30 is the Dow Jones Industrial. So look at that. This bad boy actually broke the 200. I love seeing that, right? I do love seeing that. And look, I used to, before I made videos, I used to actually type stuff, and I was using these yellow lines back in the day. This was actually during the peak. If I take it this way, you'll see I was pretty much, I don't know where it started, but yeah, I think around here. I mean, I was charting these, I think, but nonetheless, the gold lines are OG lines. These white ones I've made at some point, but it's beautiful to see us coming back to the gold ones. Nonetheless, on the daily, look, the 200, it looked like we broke it. Not quite the confirmation I want to see, right? I like that we're at least over it. Don't get me wrong, but I would love a next day up here versus kind of less than 50% candle, right? Again, doji, right? These are these uncertainty days that I was talking about, right? Is it going up? Is it going down? Let's just stay. Is it going up? Is it tanking? Let's just stay. At this point, again, we're under the 8, under the 20, ugly RSI. It does seem like we're coming down, right? So, oh man, that right there is uncertainty. It looked like it was gonna fly at points during the week, right? It was really early in the week, right? And then it just literally crashed, and then they decided let's just stay where we ended, right? So that right there just screams so much uncertainty to me, especially on the weekly chart of a major market, people. You know what I mean? So this is a hammer, and that's actually a bad hammer. I don't know chart names. Or candle names. I'm not gonna lie, but this is maybe an inverted hammer or something like that. But yeah, this bad boy wanted to fly and then just got smashed down, right? So you don't really want to see. And look, again, we saw this here, came pretty hard down after that, right? So I do like to use the past, right? So, and look, hey, this bad boy brought some negative, but this one really didn't yet, right? So again, it's not like it's 100% one-to-one, but I like to go to the past, look to the present. But again, I don't really use the candle shapes. I use my lines and indicators. But hey, the point of the game is to expand your knowledge, right? See how much you can learn, see what you're comfortable with, and make the proper move. So, hey, one more time, I can't believe how much time people are spending. I don't know if you're actually getting to the end right here or not, but I sincerely appreciate the time. You can tell, I literally am just hitting record and doing what I would do, but throwing this on YouTube, trying to make a community and all that sort of stuff. So I'm having fun. I hope you're learning. This is not financial advice.